Marriage is a rewarding and great engagement. Marriage is not an engagement of constants. It has different seasons and has a common trend that is seen in almost all marriages. Lack of preparedness has led many to mess up their own good marriage. The honeymoon phase. This is when everything is exciting, the sex is great and in plenty, the warm feelings are at their peak and marriage is blissful. The best couple phase. You two feel like you are the best couple in the world. You hold hands in public, you have photos of the two of you as profile pictures, you encourage the unmarried to marry, and even wonder why they are taking so much time. They should marry quickly and feel as good as you two do. The coming home early phase. You come home to your spouse early, you fulfill all your promises, and you spend quality time as a married couple. The let's make a baby phase. You've had amazing sex and want to take it to a deeper level. You talk about baby names, the sex gets more intense and purposeful. For some, being barren or not being able to get a child can bring tension. Prepare each other by talking real issues, knowing that children are a gift from God, not a right in marriage. Whether you have your own biological children or not, your marriage is complete. The overwhelming phase. Here, responsibilities surge. The baby comes with responsibilities. You have the same 24 hours, but more on your plate. If you both were not ready for the baby, you get drained. The overwhelming nature is not just because of children, but life issues too. This phase is worse when you have a spouse who is lazy, irresponsible, harsh, bossy, selfish, or inconsiderate. To manage this, communicate, share roles. The I need my space phase. You want time out? Each time you see your spouse, you are reminded of responsibilities. You don't spend as much quality time together. Protect your marriage in this phase by accepting that you both are working hard and you both need occasional relief. Don't drive each other up the wall. This is the best phase to find laughter and acceptance in each other. The other voices phase. You start listening more to your parents, your friends, opinions of others, but your spouse's voice and opinion shrinks in importance. You read magazines on marriage and begin to doubt your marriage is okay. You two start reading from different scripts and being pulled apart. Guard your marriage in this phase by remembering you two are one. You are married to your spouse, not to the outsiders. Even if your spouse is on the wrong or not mature enough in an issue, your spouse should not feel betrayed, and that you value more what others say than his or her contribution, or you are siding with others. The spending less hours phase. You come home late, giving excuses why you won't be home, telling lies about your plans because you know if you tell your spouse what you're really doing, it will get you in trouble. You spend more time with friends. Wrong friends mislead you. The wrong friends are either not married or are not happy in their marriage or are messing up their marriage. And now you are helping them to mess up your marriage. Guard your marriage by keeping off lies and have your priorities in order. Keep only friends that support your marriage. Spend adequate time with your spouse, not because it is exciting, but because it is the right thing to do. Make that right thing exciting. Time together is the garden in which marriage grows. The broken promises phase. You let your spouse down and feel no remorse. You are taking each other casually. Never lose value in each other. Who we value the words we speak to. You wouldn't break the promise you make to the president. The spouse you made a vow to when you got married is more important than the president. The less sex phase. Sex is boring. At first, the lack of sex was a reason to worry, but now you are used to it, a sign of how tasteless and passionless your marriage has become, yet your bodies are still young. Protect your marriage in this season by knowing the value of sex. When there is a vacuum, you are encouraging your spouse to fantasize about someone else, or to turn to pornography. You want your spouse to remain faithful to you, so make it easy for your spouse to be faithful. Get your groove back, spice things up, get naughty, experiment away from the same old sex routines. The fault-finding phase. Somehow you just seem to notice the wrongs and mistakes in each other more than all the good done over the years. You both become defensive and aggressive. Handle this by remembering you are on the same team. Develop a habit of praising each other more than you correct each other. The marriage is hard work phase. Now you're cautioning the unmarried about marriage. You see marriage as this uphill task. But don't lose sight of the beauty of love. Don't stop being in love with each other. The back-to-back storms phase. One challenge after another comes upon your marriage, but the truth is, challenges have always been there. It's just that you two are noticing them more because your focus is on the problems rather than riding on the problems to make your marriage stronger. The complaining phase. You start being unhappy, nothing is ever good enough. Watch out, nothing good comes out of complaining. Don't be a nag. Complaining makes your spouse avoid you and resent you. The I need a release phase. This is where some turn to alcohol and drugs. They smoke a lot, run to strip clubs, drown in porn, take vacations without their nagging spouse. Don't let marriage be the source of stress and frustration. Marriage ought to be a blessing. The trusted outsider phase. You start leaning on a new connection, pouring out your emotions to this new person. You feel like someone in this world truly understands you, but this is misleading because that new connection is distracting you from your spouse. As long as your emotional needs are met outside, you won't put in the effort with the spouse you have inside. The riding solo phase. You no longer involve your spouse in your decisions, and boundaries start to form between you two. Your money is your money, your time is your time, your life is your life. There's no more us or we. Your spouse could be sinking, but you remain indifferent. Never stop being a team. The grass is greener on the other side phase. You start admiring other people's marriages and trashing your own. Guard your marriage from this by understanding that every marriage has its own journey. Marriage is what you two make it. You can have an amazing, average, or even a pathetic marriage. It's all up to you both. The temptations phase. The attraction is so enticing outside. You are tired of the marriage. You flirt with others. You have an affair. You are lured not to care about your marriage. Even if you don't sexually cheat, you are tempted to quit your marriage. Remember that temptations are only for a moment. They look like the easy way out to your happiness but lead to regret. Think of the bigger picture, not the enticement of now. The rock bottom phase. Your marriage is at the verge of collapse. Things can't get any lower. You wonder how a marriage that started on such a high can reach this low. Remember that the low will not last. Too many miss out on what is coming next because they are impatient. The comeback phase. You two get a wake-up call. You man up and woman up. You two realize just how much you mean to each other and need each other. You become proactive in your comeback. You are no longer victims of circumstance but co-drive your marriage by your own terms and vision, and not at the mercy of what life brings you. A comeback will not happen when only one of you believes in it and puts effort. The glory phase. Things work out, teamwork returns, and the fire is back. You enjoy marriage, you are growing and glowing. The deeper love phase. Love gets a deeper meaning and you see each other in a higher light. You will do anything for that spouse who has walked with you through good and bad. Your love is unshakable and unquestionable. Love is you two, tried and tested, purified. The better me, better us phase. You look at yourself and see how much you have changed for the better, and your positive growth impacts positively on the marriage. This is where family empires blossom. You two are a powerful force. You've been through it all. Nothing can defeat you. You are more prayerful and purposeful, with stronger backs and wiser minds. The marriage works phase. You are advocates of marriage. Marriage is too sweet, and you wish the joy in your marriage for everyone. You two are a living example of what a successful marriage looks like. No longer do you say marriage is hard work, you say marriage works, and you're speaking from experience. The golden years phase. You two are now gliding and soaring high. You age gracefully, happy, people admire you. You are living life to the full together, sometimes acting like teenagers in your already stable life despite your age. Life is good, no stress, no struggle, and the best part is you have a companion who knows you in and out. The reaping phase. You sit back and relax as you enjoy and witness the fruits of your marriage coming to bless you. If you had children, they are grown wanting a marriage like yours and making you proud. Your investments return 100-fold. The lives you touched bring you joy and honor. You hold hands and say, "We did that."